Hi guys, Andy here. So YouTube have changed their requirements for joining the partner program. So whereas at the moment it is 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours before they invite you into the partner program, from February next year it will go up to 8,000 hours of watch time. Still 1,000 subscribers, but they are doubling the amount of watch hours you have before you are invited into the partner program. Now this is going to create a lot of issues for some people, possibly myself included, because I've just started this journey. So I've basically now got to get 4,000 hours before February if I want to get included into the partner program. After that point, if I haven't hit that point, then I've got to go and get 8,000 hours. And I don't fully know how it works. I don't know if it's rollover. So I don't know if I had 3,998 on the day before it flipped to 8,000, whether I start from scratch again. I don't think I do, but that could possibly happen. I don't believe it will, but that's something that is going to be, we'll find out on that day if I have yet to hit the 4,000 mark before then. For new people starting out, it might seem quite daunting and it could be quite off-putting, and I can understand that, but it doesn't necessarily mean that it's not possible to hit that 8,000 watch hours. So again, it all comes down to the kind of content that you deliver, how much of it you publish on a regular basis, how much you interact with people, and a whole host of things. So in many ways, it is in your hands how you benefit from this. Just because they put the rule out there doesn't necessarily mean that you can't achieve it. Now, I understand why they've done it. Personally, speaking from my point of view, I think a lot of it is probably to do with a combination of there's more and more people using YouTube, and there's more and more people creating YouTube channels, there's more and more people watching videos, so the amount of people using YouTube, using the platform, has probably increased exponentially. But the amount of people who are advertising on that platform may be the same. It may have dropped, or if it has increased, it may not have increased by the same amount. And so there is only a certain amount of money that these advertisers are paying YouTube that can be spread far and wide. And also, with a lot of AI generated videos now, a lot of AI slop, a lot of these AI channels that may be in the partner program, a lot of the advertisers are probably not wanting their adverts shown on some of these other channels because they're probably paying out a lot of money and not getting anything for it. And so they may be even saying to YouTube that we don't want to be paying you large amounts of money for our adverts to be shown to certain people who aren't the right people. Now, I know the algorithms are quite good and they try and match adverts to certain people, and very often adverts are shown to people after they've already made a purchase, and I don't think there's any way of necessarily getting around that without being able to predict the future. But for example, if I go to Google looking for something and then I purchase it from Amazon, chances are I'll start seeing adverts for that item on YouTube and other places after the event, after I made the purchase, which is a waste of money for most people. Advertisers are paying for something to try and get people to buy it from them, but their adverts have been shown to people who've already bought the item. It's a very expensive way of showing adverts to the wrong people. And with all this AI videos as well, now there's probably a lot of money been given to people for generating videos which are showing adverts which just are not right for the advertisers. And so it's highly possible that the advertisers have been saying to YouTube, look, we want to stop spending our money on these videos. And it's also possible that there isn't enough advertisers paying money for it all to go around. So YouTube have come to this decision that they need to basically cut back on who they're spending money with or who they're giving money with, and they really want to give it to those who are serious people and real people. And so they've upped their requirements to 8,000 hours, which I think is understandable. It's not easy for us starting out who want to, you know, pay our living costs through advertising revenue through YouTube. If we want to have a YouTube channel that's generating enough to pay for our rent and business, our bills, and even our business costs or whatever it is, we're going to have to up our game. We're going to have to start creating better videos and more videos, and we're going to have to start really looking at it as a business and get that out there. So I don't think it's a big issue particularly, because I also heard today, I was listening to a video while I was out walking. See, this is the thing, I use YouTube as a podcast thing. I listen to lots of videos as I'm out walking. And so if you can create those kind of videos that people are listening to while you're walking, or while they're walking, sorry, then you've probably got the potential of having a lot of people listening to you. So there's still that hope there. But once you're in the partner program, once you've got in the partner program, whether that's now at 4,000 watch hours or at 8,000 watch hours next year, they're saying that they will not necessarily demonetize your account or your platform if you're not constantly hitting 8,000 hours. I think they said something along the lines of, if you're still publishing around 2 long form videos in 90-day period, then they are considering you as being active. If you still have like 1,000 subscribers and your number doesn't drop below that, and you still have 1,000 subscribers who are still watching your videos or engaging on your content, then you still have an active channel. And if you are, I think, is it doing like 3 shorts within a 90-day period, you're still active channel. So once you've got into the partner program, it doesn't necessarily mean that they're going to get rid of you, because some people are saying that they reckon it is YouTube trying to stop smaller people, stop smaller channels from becoming successful. And that's probably not necessarily the case. They want smaller channels to be successful, but they just want you to be putting out the content. I mean, years ago, there was a product called the Google Sniper by a guy called George Brown. That was we're talking about like 2011, I remember this, and this was a way of getting websites on the first page of Google for search results. They were thin websites, and you would make money through advertising revenue or affiliate commissions. And these websites were using specific long phrase keywords, and you would land on the first page, and it would be just like 5 pages deep with a video and something, and those pages could be there on the Google search for quite a while, generating revenue for the owner through advertising revenue or through advertising through affiliate commissions. But Google didn't like that, because it was basically clogging up all their front pages with all these thin, useless websites that weren't being added to, they weren't active, there was no new fresh content going on there. So they decided to do like the Penguin or Panda update, or whichever one it was, to get rid of them, so that those front pages were basically going to be rewarding websites that were constantly adding new content. And in many ways, I think this is what's happening here with YouTube. They are rewarding people who are active on YouTube, who are publishing content regularly and engaging with their viewers regularly. They don't just want somebody to publish like 20 videos, get 4,000 watch hours, 1,000 subscribers, and then just leave it and sort of try and generate money off those few videos. They want new, fresh content being added. They want content being added daily, regularly. Well, not so much daily, but they want regularly content being added so that viewers have got something to watch, and it's always adding fresh content to it. Because you've got to remember, YouTube is now being watched on TV. More and more people watching YouTube on TV. More and more people are listening to YouTube on their phones as they go out for a walk, like I do. It is a huge broadcasting platform that is available on multiple devices, and there is more and more people watching this. And so, as I said earlier, if you've got let's say you've got 1,000 advertisers, and let's say they're all paying like a total, let's just say it's £1 million a year in advertising revenue to YouTube, and YouTube is sharing that with their users. But if you've got more and more people setting up new channels and more people watching all these videos, there's only so much that money can be shared around, nicely. Because before, if people keep going into the partner program and more people keep getting monetized and those videos are getting shown, it'll probably get to the point where all those channels are probably earning no more than $5 each, because it's been so watered down. And so YouTube are trying to protect their platform, because if the advertisers go, then they haven't got a platform particularly, there's no business model for them, and so they obviously want to protect that. And I understand that makes sense, but it doesn't mean that you cannot monetize YouTube. And the other thing is, as well, there are other ways of monetizing YouTube. So for example, if you create content that pulls people in and they want to know more and they're willing to pay, you can actually have, I think it's 1,000 subscribers and 3,000 watch hours, and then you can actually start charging subscriptions. So you could create video content that is exclusively for those people. So you could probably publish like 1 video a week, which is free, and 2 videos that are behind a paid wall, and those people who are paying will get access to it. So you could generate money that way without actually having to have adverts on your video. And the other thing is, you've got to remember, is YouTube is such a huge platform. It is a lead generation center. People are using it as a way to go. They're going fishing. They're putting digital hooks out there. Those videos are digital hooks. They are hooking people in with those videos, and then they are lifting them away from YouTube. Because as we've mentioned before, these platforms are third-party platforms. You are basically a tenant, and the YouTube is the landlord. And like most landlords or people who own something that you don't own, they can change the rules as and when they want. Like we've just seen now, YouTube have decided to go from 4,000 to 8,000. That's going to affect lots of people, especially people who want to get started on YouTube and haven't started yet. That's going to make it harder for some people. but they've made that decision and it's nothing that you or I can do anything about it. Whereas if you have your own platform and you shift people away from YouTube, then you own that platform. Now, a lot of people are moving to school, which is great, but it's still another third-party platform. But it is still moving people away from YouTube and getting people to pay like a monthly subscription. And so that is another business method. Or if you like doing coaching, you can get people to come and have a call with you, so you can have a talk and then decide if they're right for you or vice versa. And they probably purchase a coaching packaging from you or service from you. So that is another way of generating money from YouTube without having to be in the partner program. So there are many multiple ways to make money through YouTube. But I just wanted to talk about this new requirement. So it's going to be a little bit more awkward. Now, I'm not going to talk about shorts particularly, but I think it's gone from, was it 10 million views in a 90-day period up to, it'll be 20 million from February next year. I mean, 20 million views of video shorts is a lot. Now, 90 days is quite a long period, so you could probably publish multiple shorts each day. And in 90 days, you might be able to get all those views. But again, it depends on what the subject matter is, who you are, what who you share it with, and what the subject is. I mean, some shorts will probably do absolutely poorly, others will be fantastic. Again, there is so many things to take into consideration here. I mean, like, it depends again who your audience is, but if you are a load of youngsters and there is a youngster doing shorts around festivals, music festivals, and it's all fun and lively, they may get millions right off the bat. If you're sort of 52 like me and trying to talk about 52-year-old or being in your 50s and trying to make money online in your 50s, then yes, you might potentially get lots of views from people in that age and some others, but it may not, because the other thing is lots of people, they learn differently. They prefer different media. Some people prefer to read, some people prefer long videos, some people prefer shorts. I know lots of people who don't watch shorts or they can't bear them. They're just too quick. Other people thrive off them. They find long form videos too long. So, doing shorts in your 50s may not necessarily be the right way to go, unless of course you're Fatboy Slim, who's liked by people from all generations because of his music and whatever. So, there's different people, audiences, different content creators, different medias, different topics, different subjects. There's so many variations, so many variables, sorry, should I say, that can make something successful. And sometimes we may not necessarily have those variables to work with. Do you know what I'm saying there? So, I mean, I'm not going to focus on shorts particularly. I'm going to focus on long form video, which I think 8 minutes. I'm going to try and get most of my videos above 8 minutes, because I think that was something I heard as well, that you don't get paid, and I could be wrong on this, but you don't get paid advertising revenue on videos until after the eighth minute, after people watched 8 minutes. Again, I don't know how true that is or not, but it could be just another way that YouTube are trying to protect themselves, because as I mentioned before, the channel is now getting full of a lot of AI slop. A lot of adverts have been shown on more and more channels, more and more people watching it, and there's probably only a specific amount of advertisers using YouTube. I mean, the number might have increased over the years, but probably not in the same rate that viewers have started, going to YouTube. So they have to protect themselves. They are a business at the end of the day. So my thoughts on this is that if you're going to start a YouTube channel, get started now. We still have a few months before the new ruling comes in. So if you can get 4,000 watch hours before then, fantastic. There's no reason why people can't. I saw a video the other day. In fact, I heard someone talk about a woman who managed to get monetized after her first video. She did something that went viral. I don't know what it was on. Then I also saw a video of a guy who said the same thing. He published a video and it went viral. And I don't know what the subject was on that. I have to watch the video. I saw the headline. I saw the video actually on YouTube. I didn't fully watch it, and he got monetized on the first video. So it is possible. I'm miles off from being monetized with my content, because it's probably speaking to a different type of people, and it's probably probably subjects that doesn't appeal to lots of people. Maybe the age doesn't appeal to lots of people. So it is possible. So you could probably do it in 20 videos, you could do it in one video, you could do it in 5 videos, you could do it in 100 videos. If you can get loads of videos published before February next year, I think it's February 27th next year, and get monetized, then that's brilliant. If not, then next year you have to get 8,000 watch hours, which is going to be harder, but again, not impossible. So yeah, if you're interested in doing a YouTube channel, get started now. So if you've got any questions, please, and ask them away in the comments below. If you want to get a copy of my free report about how to build a successful 6-figure business using just 1,000 true fans, because that's the other thing about YouTube is you can find your 1,000 true fans. You don't need hundreds of thousands of followers or subscribers. You don't need hundreds of thousands of watch hours. It all again depends on different variables, like what your subject is, what your business is, how you approach your business, what it is you want from your business. So there's so many different things here. So if you want a copy of my free report, then just comment one below and I'll send you a link. And the link might even be actually in the description below for ease. If you want to join my newsletter, then please pop over to andylehman.com and sign up there. And so I'm going to bring this video to a close. I'm going to say thank you very much for watching. Again, if you've got any questions, reach out to me and I'll speak to you soon. Cheers and goodbye.